I think, therefore I am, is incorrect. Now, I was asked to talk about this by one of my clients, one of my old clients, and they just hit me up out of the blue and said, I heard this statement that I've known my whole life, and I consider it wrong. Why is it wrong? The correct statement is, I think, therefore I suffer. Because when we connect so deeply with our I am of thought, the emotional connection to our thoughts, that is all suffering. How do we end suffering? How do we end the thoughts? When I learned this, it blew my mind. You can't. You absolutely can't stop thinking. Your brain is meant to do the work, and it will think. You can't stop it. What you can do is completely separate yourself from the thinking analytical mind and become aware. You become aware. Then you can pick and choose, or not choose at all, which thought to connect with. Now, it's so funny when we start doing this, because we're like, oh, I can let my mind think and it doesn't control me? No, it doesn't. How do we do this? I have found greatly that meditation helps with this. Your I am statement should come from within, from a place of neutrality. The only way I've found to do this is through meditation. That's why I've created a meditation for you. It's in the description. Grab it. When we meditate, we go into that trance-like state, that theta brainwave state. We are disconnected from the 3D conditions. We are disconnected from the thought, the analytical mind. It's not who we truly are. Connecting to the higher self, when we truly do, it's all the proof we need. That was my greatest... I remember when I first started meditating, that was my greatest epiphany. Oh my gosh, these thoughts are just there. They're just in the whirlwind of the source, the vortex. Bashar talks about this. It's in the Course of Miracles. What else? Dolores Cannon has talked about this. Dr. Joe Dispenza talked about this. When we're truly in that vortex, that unknown, that is where we can see what thoughts are happening, and we can allow them to pass. All those negative beliefs, all those limiting beliefs, all of that is not real. Any thought you have, you are the one that gives those thoughts meaning. They can be meaningless if you wish. That should really put you into that zone. Like, really truly hear this. All those thoughts you may be having right now that are stressful, that are depleting you, they're not real. You are allowing them, with the meaning you are projecting towards them, to become a part of your 3D reality. You can choose just as easily to not. How do we do this? The best way I found is through meditation. The best way I've absolutely found 100% is through meditation. A lot of us use meditation as a stress relief, reduce anxiety, get better sleep, be more productive, set intentions for the day. I can't tell you how awesome that is, but still, we're not really over the hump of what meditation provides for us. When we can get into that zone, it follows us in this 3D realm. What 5D reality, 5 dimensions, it really means that we become aware of past, present, future timelines all at once. And the truth of the matter is, they all exist right now anyway. You are infinite. I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and I was trying to explain to her that if we've ever experienced any sort of trauma, or, you know, I don't want to get too deep, any sort of trauma, the meaning that we put on that trauma delegates our lives. It is meaningless. All experiences are meaningless until we give them meaning. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite artists, he's a Polish artist, his name is Wisław Beksinski. Very great work, very dark, very good oil painting. He has a quote that says, "Meaning is meaningless." And I've always loved that, because nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. The only way to put it is you have to be courageous and step into that uncertain feeling when you are meditating. That's where most people stop, because here's the common complaints I hear. My thoughts take over. That one time 20 years ago won't stop popping up. So they quit. Instead of sitting in that, allowing it to be felt fully, therefore let go. Because that's how you let go of things. You have to sit with it in a non-judgmental, neutral awareness that meditation provides us, and allow it to be. Allow it to really rise up fully. That is letting go. That is it. That's how you do it. And a lot of people stop there because it really takes stepping into that uncertain feeling and being truly courageous within ourselves. All those thoughts and all those things happening in there, they're allowed to happen. It's okay that they're happening. My path, your path, is to simply allow them to be. Now, say you're not meditating and there are things in your life that are ruling you. Doubt, fear, that's a big one. You can allow it. You can allow it to happen, and you can allow it to delegate your whole life, attract things into your life that you do not want. And the more this happens, maybe you'll get a kick in the ass and realize that it's all you're doing. You have made that happen regardless of if you believe in all this or not. You're truly a vibrational creature. If things in your life are not going as they seem, you have all of the power to change that. Yet denying those feelings only brings the absolute opposite. Absolute opposite. When we make that true realization that our thoughts are not us, they are just there and they're allowed to happen, the brain is powerful and it will do as it will. It's not up to you to decide what it does. It's up to you to decide what you do. Who are you? What is your I am? What is your I am? That is the most powerful. I've had people who I've coached who are extremely into scripting. Every single one of them said the same thing. I started scripting. They did the 3-6-9 method, which is, write down your I am statement 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night before bed. There's that. They wrote it 20 times a day, all that stuff. And they all said that they got sick of writing it because they somehow just knew that the writing of it was just a conduit to the feeling. They knew that if they just focused on that feeling, that's all they needed. You didn't have to write it at all. And their manifestations truly happen. And for these folks to just simply manifest as just master manifestors right out of the blue, that should show you, it sure proved to me over and over again, your I am statement, the feeling that you provide within consistently, is what you will experience. And I heard Bashar talk about this a lot. We chose to come here. Our souls chose this path because Earth is the ultimate proving ground. It is exceptionally hard here, and if you can make it and prove yourself and relieve yourself of these 3D conditions, elevate to higher levels of consciousness, higher vibrational states of being, you prove that it can be done, and it gives hope to other cultures, other civilizations in the universe. So the question is why would we ever allow our thoughts to create suffering? Why would we do that? I remember a long time ago when I was a barista, I used to work in the mornings, and I would open a cafe at like 5:30, and the people that came in, they were groggy. They didn't have their coffee yet. They were groggy, and there was a lot of mean people, a lot of low vibration, a lot of resistance. And it took me a long time. I was a barista for a long time, and probably 3 years deep, I learned that energy is infectious. If they come up to me and they are just deep down in the muck, it doesn't matter, because I have to rise above. I maintain my level of light, and it sheds light on them. And I started to realize that more and more people, even when they were like no coffee, groggy as shit, they always left my presence feeling better. even if it was just a little bit, even if I got like a little smirk out of him, and I would never even try, I would just be. I am the light. And I would maintain that positive state of mind, that high vibration. I loved it when shit got crazy, you know, line out the door, I'm the only one working, freaking, it's just mayhem in there. Keeping your calm, staying high vibe. This person has a problem, this customer has a problem, you're trying to serve this person and make 4 drinks at the same time. No problem, because any of these circumstances mean nothing until I give them meaning. Nobody else delegates your vibrational state of being. But if you understand that, and I understand as an empath, that can be very, very taxing. And I do talk about that a little bit on my channel, about how to separate your energy and be stable, be protected from absorbing, okay? And then you start to reflect, okay? People come in and they're in a bad mood and you would reflect that. No, no, no. There's another step. Become the I am. And it is the law that the reflection doesn't happen to you, okay? You reflect because you are of a higher vibrational frequency. It overcomes it. Higher frequencies overcome lower frequencies, for sure. For sure. And over time, this way of being became who I am. And a lot of the times I never meditated. I never was into spirituality. I just knew that if I was this way, other things in my life changed. No idea why, it just was that way. Then I started to research. Years and years and years I learned about manifestation. Read so many books on spirituality, the law of attraction, metaphysics, all that stuff. And I came to understand that you are just as powerful as everybody else. You are. Relieving yourself from the thoughts, which most negative thoughts, truth be told, they're just here to protect us. Your ego just wants to protect you. And there is no death of the ego. The ego is always there. It's a survival mechanism and we can't get rid of it. But we can't separate ourselves from it. Your I am statement should come from within, from a place of neutrality. The only way I've found to do this is through meditation. That's why I've created a meditation for you. It's in the description, grab it. It's free. Inner Sanctuary Meditation. It will help you get in that zone where we truly create or separate. And it kind of depends on where you are in your path. What results you'll get from this meditation. But if you never meditated, this is the one you need. If you have been meditating but still have trouble with that little hump where you can't truly separate yourself, this will also help with that. So grab it, it's free. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing and downloading the meditation. It means so much to me. And I know it'll help you on your journey. Peace.